Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to our Youngevity, What Makes Us Unique presentation. I hope you've brought your open mind to listen to what we have to share and really what makes Youngevity unique. So first of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit about me. I first discovered Dr. Wallach in April of this year through my mum. She has been sick for quite some time. She's not a Youngevity representative, or she wasn't then. And she found out about Dr. Wallach and she sent me the link and said, you've got to go and listen to this guy. He's got something that you really need to hear. So I did. I went and watched and listened and heard what Doc had to say, and it really resonated with me. Having been involved in the health and wellness industry for some years, since 2008 when I commenced my own business with another company in the health and wellness industry, I'd learned a lot and knew that nutrition was the key, but I'd never heard it in a way that Doc put it that just made so much sense to me. It made a lot of sense simply because I have a lot of animals. I have cats and dogs and horses and goats and chickens. So it really kind of made sense to me. I go to a lot of trouble to buy all these special foods for my animals so they get, you know, supposedly the right nutrition. But I don't go to that much trouble to make sure I was getting the right nutrition. So it was kind of a light bulb moment for me. Since then, I went, of course, and joined. I first had to go and find a Youngevity representative because my mum wasn't with Youngevity, and the lady who actually shared the information with her wasn't with Youngevity either. So I went and found a representative to join with, and I did, with my very fabulous upline Thomas and Kev. And I've been on the Healthy Body Challenge now since then. I've been steadily losing weight, just being on the Healthy Body Start Pack. I have much more energy. I had psoriasis on my face that had been coming and going. Of course, doctors, all they would give me is a cortisone cream to put on my face, which on the tube says don't use for more than 10 days at a time. But every time I stopped using it, the psoriasis came back. So it's gone now. As a martial artist as well, my fitness and strength and everything else, now that I'm getting a little older, is really important, and that has really improved, and my energy levels are much, much better. So I'm really loving the Healthy Body Challenge, and I'm loving sharing it with other people. As I said, since then, my mum has joined Youngevity and is buying the products, and she actually is looking at it to earn some extra money in her later years. She's over 65 now. Her friend also joined as a customer and is purchasing her products through me. And for the first time ever, my husband has joined one of these businesses with me and sees the great value in what we have to share. So that's my story. I'm here now to share that story and what we have with you. So in saying that, we're going to get started with the presentation. So what I'm going to focus on now is talking about what makes Youngevity unique. So what sets us apart from everybody else? There's lots of things I could talk about, but I'm going to limit it to three main points here. What makes us unique? And with that as a background, know that if you want any more information about any of the details I give you here, we've got it on a website. It's on our YouTube, Youngevity YouTube channel. We've got it on a DVD. So please ask the person that invited you to this presentation or get in touch with me. But this right here is what really sets us apart. And you're not going to find anything that compares to Youngevity in these three areas. So let's talk about the first one, that being our unique product philosophy. If you've been to any of these presentations like this, you'll know that everyone says, we've got this, amazing product. We have a unique product. It's the latest, next best thing. But that's not what I'm saying here. Notice I'm saying the unique product philosophy. So what do I mean by that? Well, the founder of our company and the formulator of the products, Dr. Joel Wallach, approaches this idea of nutrition and health and product development very differently to anyone else, because he has a background both as a soil scientist, also as a veterinarian, and as a naturopathic doctor. So he looks at this very differently than most people would. He has a unique perspective which leads to this philosophy. To illustrate this for a second, let's compare pardon me, the health of animals in the agricultural industry and the health of humans in the human health industry. So when do we go to the doctor? And when do doctors generate income? When we're sick, of course. So when we're healthy, we generally don't go to the doctor very often. So when we go, there's something wrong. So the medical community for humans has developed a system of using drugs and surgery and how to treat symptoms of illness, but not to reverse disease. Because if they reversed it or got rid of it, what happens? We don't go to see them. So the industry, as far as for seeking profit, if it's a profit-driven industry, which of course they are, they have focused on the treatment and particularly the management of illness and disease. All right, so now let's think about the agricultural industry with animals. Now, if veterinarians in the industry waited until animals got sick and went in with the treatment approach like our doctors do, what would happen? What would be the problem with that? Well, it wouldn't work because, for one, the farmer has already gone broke. The milk is contaminated. The pigs are being born with cleft palates and are sick and they don't survive. The chickens aren't reproducing and they don't lay eggs. If that doesn't happen, the farmer's already lost his business. He's already lost the profits. So veterinarians in the agricultural industry had to learn early on that in order for them to seek a profit, because they're a business, well, their incentives and motivations had to be in line with farmers. They had to increase the healthiness, increase the yield, increase the production and the offspring and healthiness of that offspring, and increase the longevity and productive lifespan of animals. And they have to do all that in line with the farmers in order to increase their profit, in order to stay employed. So both professions, human health and animal health, are seeking a profit. We can all agree on that. They all want to get paid, believe me. But human health, the profit is in the treatment of the sickness after the sickness has happened. And we all know only too well about that. So it's a reactive approach, whereas the agricultural industry, the approach is a preventative approach. And the two obviously just went in opposite directions. So what Dr. Wallach has said, being from both industries and understanding both and seeing the results from both, in the human health area, we're getting sicker and sicker and the costs are just going up and up exponentially. Animal health, as a result of Dr. Wallach's research, as a result of the industry and the veterinarians, they were able to eliminate 900 plus diseases, and in many cases double, and in some cases even triple the lifespan of those animals. So what Dr. Wallach, as not only as a veterinarian, as a naturopathic doctor, and as a soil scientist, he's also a research pathologist who's very well documented and very profuse in what he's produced in the industry. He was the chief pathologist on a 13-year study on the health of animals and humans, wherein he performed over 20,000 human autopsies, human and animal autopsies, I should say, on over 450 species. So he took those results from that 13 years and published a textbook, which is now recommended by the Smithsonian, and is a key textbook in teaching veterinarians. And the research, as I mentioned, that came out of that study, compiled together and then implemented by the veterinarian world, helped to eliminate 900 plus diseases and double lifespan of animals. So the unique perspective then caused Dr. Wallach to say, well, if we can do this with animals, humans are just one more species of animals, aren't we? He started treating humans with these animal formulas. And for 35 years now, he's been treating disease in humans using these animal formulas. He's been published over 75 medical publications. He's a highly acclaimed author and speaker, and his health lecture for humans, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, has sold over 150 million copies. I think it's now over 200 million. So the whole philosophy stems around this idea that every animal has an essential requirement. It's a list of nutrients that their bodies have to get, that bodies can't produce. And if you don't get them, they're going to get sick. The deficiency of these nutrients leads to disease. And for humans, there's 90 essential nutrients. As you can see here on this slide, there's 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 to 3 fatty acids. And the focus that we have is on results. So the same strategies for preventing and reversing diseases in animals works with humans. The body will heal itself when receiving all essential nutrients. So what Dr. Wallach tells us is that your need for 90 essential nutrients expires when your need for oxygen expires, hence our 90 for life. Now, I've told you in the beginning that this was very unique. Have you ever heard anyone else talk about 90 essential nutrients? Have you ever had anyone else put together a product package, a program, which fulfills all the essential needs? So it's not just picking a vitamin here and a mineral there, or an antioxidant or a nutrient or funky juice. You know, it's not about what will sell. It's what will bring results. Just like in the agricultural world, the farmers don't care what the packaging looks like. You know, the farmers don't care what the marketing material is. What the farmers care about is the results and what it will do for their animals. So Dr. Wallach focuses on results. It's all about what happens when the nutrients are put into the body of the animals and humans. And for 35 years, he's been perfecting these formulas on humans. And that's what we have. All right, so some of you can probably relate to this slide. You know, have you ever stood there in a health food store or in the grocery store looking at all these supplements and saying, what on earth should I get? Oh, you know, I heard calcium was good, so I'll get some of that. I heard vitamin D is low in Australians. Oh, well, we'll get some of that. Someone said something good about echinacea, so, you know, we'll put some of that in the cart. You know, everyone knows you need vitamin C, so we'll put some of that in there. And we start creating our own concoctions. Well, this is what's known as fractionated nutrition. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we're trying to come up with our own formulas. And the truth of the matter is we have no idea. We have no training. We have no idea what form of calcium goes with what form of magnesium and what form of vitamin D is needed for that to be absorbed. And what about the boron and the MSM and the glucosamine, the chondroitin? What about all of the 16 vitamins and the 60 minerals and the 12 amino acids? What forms do they need to be in so that they don't mess up the other ones? Because, you know, did you know that if you have too much copper in one form, you'll throw off your balance of selenium and vice versa? Everything works together. Dr. Wallach says there's no nutrient is an island unto itself, and you have to know how they interact, how one will increase the effectiveness of one and decrease the effectiveness of another. It's a formula, a recipe. And that's the key thing. It's this secret, and that's what Dr. Wallach provides for us. The formula that brings results. It's not about what will sell. It's not the latest buzzwords. You know, it's not what's great in marketing. It's about what brings results. Just like in the veterinary health industry, that's why this perspective is so unique. So here's a way to depict our product line. Okay, we have over 450 products. Why? Well, when we can get everything we need from that one pack that contains the 90 essential nutrients, which forms the core of the flour, the reason is the same as you get extras in your car. You know, you can get from point A to point B without power windows and heated seats. Yes, you can. But it's pretty nice to have the power windows and the heated seats and the keyless entry and the stereo. The same thing is true with Youngevity. The core of the product line is the 90 essential nutrients. That's 90 for life, 90 nutrients for healthy life, 90 nutrients for a long life, 90 nutrients every day for life. So what happens when people experience the difference? When they experience the results from our products, they say, well, man, if this stuff is that good, what else has the doc put together? So, you know, we have our CM cream, which is our pain relieving anti-inflammatory cream. We have joint support for people with arthritis and things like that. Sweeties for people with diabetes to help regulate their blood sugar levels. Pollen Burst is one of our energy drinks. Rebound is our fabulous sports drink. I use a lot of that, as I said, with my martial arts. So that's part of my flour. Coffee, that's definitely part of my flour too. Chocolate, it's a healthy chocolate. It's actually good for you. So that's, I'm sure, part of everybody's flour. We have pet care products for people with pets that want to keep their pets healthy naturally and keep them living longer. We have our Hydro Wash, which is a laundry wash for people with sensitive skin. We have mineral makeup, which gives people a healthier lifestyle choice with their makeup. No of the nasties in it that are in quite a lot of makeups these days. We have essential oils for people who love their essential oils and the many healing benefits that essential oils offer. And our OsteoFX. So we have all these products, and everyone's flour is going to be different depending on their needs. So the products I might buy are going to be different from the products that you might buy. It gives us choices, and they're all healthier lifestyle choices. So to help people figure out what products are going to benefit the most, we have this, pardon me, self-evaluation form. You can get one of those, and it will point out to you what products or what area, category your health issues might fall into. So that's a really handy tool. So we, as I said, this is not a one-size-fits-all nutritional program. We have specific packs to help people address specific health issues as indicated on the form you just saw, and to help support their body in healing. So people with arthritis and bone and joint issues would take the healthy bone and joint pack. People with heart and brain issues would take the brain and heart pack. People with digestion issues, which is really, really common, the healthy digestion pack. So we have all these packs that allow you to specifically target what's going on for you and what your body needs. All right, so this leads us to our next point. Because our range isn't one size fits all, and we have so many different products, the whole key to the 90 essential nutrients is that people need that every single day. And this leads to point number 2, our unique residual income. So if you've ever been to a presentation like this, you will understand what residual means. So that's the idea that you work once and you get paid multiple times for the same effort. Pardon me. So it's kind of like a songwriter, you know, they'll write the song and record it and they'll sell it over and over again. Or someone with a patent on something, you know, they get paid every time someone uses that product. This is the best one, a toll bridge. How many of you pay toll bridges on your way to, you know, tolls on your way to work? They built the bridge once and they just keep getting paid every time someone drives over it, and most people do that several times a day. So the idea of residual income now in this industry, you're constantly hearing people say that they have, you know, a consumable product. You have to have a consumable product in order to have a residual income. And lots of products call themselves consumable. And a consumable is driven by product demand. People have to want it. So just having a consumable product is not enough. People have to want that product. Now think for a second, what is more demanding than 90 essential nutrients? 90 for life. When people understand that and experience the 90 nutrients, and they experience the results and having the essential nutrients and their body changing, they never want to go without it again. Folks, we have the highest return residual customer in the industry. A customer in Youngevity is worth 3 customers elsewhere. The average consumer order is more than 3 times the average in the industry. Why is that? Because the results, because of the unique product, because of the things people experience, and they never want to go without it. So look at this quote here from Blake Graham over in the United States. Dr. Wallach's formulas are like gasoline for the car. You might forego the non-essential repairs to your car, but gasoline is essential. The same is true with 90 nutrients. So you can forgo the non-essential repairs to your car, like your heated seats stop working. You can go without them. Your stereo might go on the blink. So you can do without the stereo. But gasoline is essential. It's something that when you get low, you're going to pull over and you're going to get gas in your car. So the same is true for the 90 essential nutrients. When people experience it and understand it, they never want to go without it. And that was one of the core reasons why we have true residual income that nobody else has. And that's why there are people who were introduced to these products clear back in the late 80s, and they're still taking the products day after day, year after year. So there's 2 types of income. Okay, we have our job or our traditional business where you work once, get paid once. Your income is limited to the number of hours that you can work and the amount of money you get paid per hour. And you have no time freedom. So the second type is your residual income, where you work once, get paid over and over again. You're building teams, so you're working together as a group to grow your businesses. You make money even when you're not working, so you can take the week off, but people are still going to be buying their products. People that you've introduced to the 90 nutrients are still going to take their products. And residual income is the secret to greater wealth and greater time freedom. So this brings us to unique point number 3, leverage. Leverage is the key to wealth creation. Okay, it's all about, well, if you've been in business before, you'll understand this term. So it really is the key to you and I being able to be successful. Leverage is minimal input for larger output. Like this guy changing the tyre here, he doesn't lift the car up with his bare hands. He uses leverage, a jack, to do the heavy lifting. He doesn't undo the wheel nuts with his fingers. He uses leverage, a tire spanner, to undo them. So he uses tools to get the job done with the least amount of effort on his part. So minimal input produces larger output. Example, tools to change the flat tire. So how does that relate? Well, that CD that you see on the screen right now, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, has sold, as I said, over 200 million copies now. So it's not a question of whether it works, it's a proven thing. That tool right there has sold more nutritional products than any tool ever created. That tool right there has educated more people and given them the belief that they need to supplement than any tool ever created. It is the most popular health lecture of all time. Why is it so successful? What does it do? That tool leverages Dr. Wallach's time, his experience, his ability to speak, his knowledge. All of that is leveraged in there. And it leverages my time and your time. We don't have to be there. We don't have to be the expert. We don't have to know what to say. We don't need a medical degree. All we have to do is get people to listen to the CD. What that means is that you don't have to be a salesperson. How many people have you heard say, I don't want to be a salesperson. I'm not into sales. I'm not into selling. I don't want to sell to my family and to my friends. Your answer to that is, well, you're in the right place because we don't sell. Okay? We educate. Listen to this and find out what I found out. So that CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, does the heavy lifting. That is where you can do minimal input, lending out the CD, all the work is done. When you're not even there, that person takes that CD home and they spend an hour listening to that CD, but you don't have to be there. So you can literally have thousands of these out there doing all the work for you. And this is how this business has been built for almost 20 years by thousands of people with this simple, highly effective CD. So we also have tools for training. So you don't have to know it all to be able to teach it to other people. We have tools and systems all in place to do all of that heavy lifting for you. All you need to know is where those tools are and how to send people to them. We have websites, DVDs, brochures. We have events. There's local meetings, local trainings, conventions, conference calls every day, webinars and Super Saturdays and more. There is absolutely the most amazing tools that explain our products, the science and the business to everybody, and you just need to know where to find them. So this really is more than just a product. It's more than just a business. It really is a crusade. People naturally want to tell others about the 90 for life. So it's built on the basis of ongoing after advertising dollars, an incredible opportunity for those who are willing to make a difference. So to get started is pretty simple. Okay, you can become a customer, a wholesale buyer. With that, there's no possibility of earning incomes. You just buy your product. There you go. We also have our referral program, which is just $15. You get a toolkit with that, and you can actually earn your products for free. Okay, so that's nice and easy. Or you can go and start a business. So we have our CEO packs. We have quite a few of those to choose from with different products, and you get a toolkit. So you have your initial investment in inventory, a monthly overhead, a monthly order that you have to have in place to maintain your eligibility to earn an income. You have a break-even point and a profit point. So business startup is pretty simple. Your initial inventory is what we call fill your wagon. You can't sell from an empty wagon. Okay, you have to be a product of the product. So our CEO packs are $625. In that, you get over $600 in inventory, which you can use personally. There's 2 healthy body start packs in there, and depending on what CEO pack you choose, there's a multitude of other products as well that you can use yourself, sample to others, or if you like, you can sell to customers and recruits. You're also eligible for CEO quarterly trainings, the car allowance, the fast start cash, and coding bonuses. There's actually 10 ways to get paid with Youngevity, but that will be covered on a separate compensation plan webinar. But for now, that's how you basically get started. The monthly overhead is 150 BV points for your monthly auto ship. So you get to choose what products that you want that add up to 150 BV points. So how many people does it take to recoup your initial investment of $625? Now, in most companies that I know of, you're looking at least 8, 12, and some even 20 people you need to personally bring in to get a return on your initial investment. With Youngevity, you only need 4 other people to start a business, and you've recouped your initial investment. So how does this work? So our business model, quite simply, you find your 4. So you've now broken even. So if you do that in your first week, you've broken even. If you do that in your first month, you've broken even. You've got 4 people in your team. So then those 4 people, obviously they want to earn their initial investment back. And the quicker we do this, the quicker we're breaking even. So those 4 people find 4. So you are now in profit above your monthly overhead, your monthly order, and you have 20 people in your business. So as I said, you can do this in a week, and those 4 people can do it in a week. It can happen very quickly if you're motivated. Those 20 people now go out and they find their 4 because they want their initial investment back. So you are now making $1,000 profit per month. You have 84 people in your business. So those 84 people go out. They want their initial investment back. They find 4 people. You are now making $1,000 a week. That's $4,000 a month. You have 340 people in your business. See how quickly this adds up? Those 340, I should say, go out and they find their 4. You are now making $1,000 every 3 days. That's $10,000 a month. 1,280 people in your business, and all you did was find the first 4. This is the power of duplication. If everyone understands this, it just makes the business skyrocket. So that's just through level 5, with everyone only sponsoring 4 people. No customers. Our compensation plan pays down through 8 levels of uni level, and then 2% from level 7 through 6 generations of SEMDs. As I said, this will all be explained a lot more in the compensation plan webinar, but this gives you an idea of how quickly you can get your money back and be making money. And that's just through one income stream. This is just through that one pay level. Youngevity is growing. There's just no doubt about it. I think the latest stats we're in the last 12 months, they've grown 58%. It's just growing. You see here from 2010 to 2014, they went from 23 million to 134 million. That is truly amazing growth in the last 4 years, and it just keeps getting better. And that 94% of that was in the US. So what's going to happen as we expand internationally through Australia, New Zealand, and all of the other countries that are eventually going to come on board with Youngevity? The potential here is absolutely huge because nutrition affects everybody, absolutely everybody. The message we share affects everybody. So it's all about timing and leverage. Here in Australia, there is heaps and heaps of room for the momentum of this opportunity. If you start now, you're going to have the biggest leverage. You're going to be in at the beginning of this business before everybody finds out about us. So the time to start is now. All right, if you start later, your potential is a lot less. You're going to have all of this lost opportunity. It really is at the beginning of our monumental growth here in Australia and New Zealand. So the only question now remains, are you ready to be the change you want to see in the world? Are you ready to start creating a passive residual income for your future? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It can be if you work it hard and you follow the system. It can be. There are people that have done it. Okay, but I'm not giving anyone false hopes. What I am saying is you can create a nice residual income that will just continue to grow if you just steadily keep working the business. If you found one person a month, in 12 months, you'd be earning a beautiful income. In 12 months, just by finding one person a month. You know, you don't have to go all out if that's not within your scope to do, okay? But you have to start to be great, okay? You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And we have a full 30-day money-back guarantee. So if in the first 30 days of you starting your business, buying a CEO pack, and you decide it's not for you, don't like the products, whatever, package it all back up in the box and send it back. No harm, no foul. What have you got to lose? Try the products and join us in spreading the word and the crusade that is Youngevity. So if you require any more information or you want to talk to someone personally, as I said, contact whoever invited you or shared this with you. Otherwise, contact me. The details will be at the bottom of the video on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Google+. I'm everywhere. Nicole Burke, just look for me. And hopefully I'll get to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.